Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool. And a long time ago I bought a set of Craftsman professional precision pliers. There was like a long needle nose, kind of a little stubbier plier, and a cutter, and I think maybe one more. Came in a set. None of them were all that great. All of them out of China, and this was early Craftsman China. And got this one not terribly long ago because I needed a pair when I didn't have a pair with me, and I've ever since been just totally disappointed with these. This is kind of their newer Craftsman design. Not good. Not good at all. I've got the snap-on. This has been in a previous video. Super strong, good grab, pretty beefy, but pricey. Here's the Knipex. It's got a bit of a flat, kind of like a micro duckbill on the end. No spring, but silky smooth. And then the Engineer, spring-loaded, you know, traditional quality Japanese craftsmanship. So what I thought I'd do is try to come up with a way to demonstrate what disappointed me about these. So I've got a little copper washer here. And if I grab it, let's say I'll grab the I'll use the Knipex first. Start with that one. If I, you know, each end, of course, has a bit of this donut here, but as I rotate it, one of them is going to give in before the other, and it's going to start to splay. And as you can see here, this Craftsman Professional just splits without any trouble. And then, of course, trying to, you know, pull the Craftsman just doesn't have a lot of juice. You know, when you get out to that far end there, it's just not grabbing much. If I try the snap-on here, grab it roughly the same there and rotate, you can see now the snap-on is causing the Knipex to splay. And then if I pull, the snap-on is actually, I mean, obviously, look, there's not a lot going on the Knipex compared to the snap-on, if you look at that. But I can easily yank the washer right out of the Knipex's mouth. Let's try it with these Craftsman here. Grab those and then splay. You can see, and I am getting a little tiny bit of splay on that snap-on. You know, it's almost a tie, but then there's a lot more meat on that Craftsman. So I grab it about right there and then twist. You can see the snap-on, or the Craftsman is splaying, you know, as is the snap-on. And when I pull, you know, again, there's not a lot going on the front end of these things, of the Craftsmans to grab. And that's another kind of big disappointment. They just don't hold all that well. If I compare the Engineers, so I'll grab those. So now I've got the snap-on and the Engineer, and this Engineer is the PS-03. It's a ESD micro or precision plier. Sells for about, I'm guessing, a third of what the snap-on sells for. A snap-on, I believe, is made in Spain. And yeah, right there you can see the Spain. Get that right there, Spain. And the Engineer is, of course, Japan. So now I've got these two lined up. This is what the Engineer's blade looks like. It doesn't look like there's a lot going on there, but there is actually texture. I can feel it. Pretty fine though. So here we are. Grab those two and twist. Get you sideways so you can see the Engineer very little, the snap-on quite a bit. And when I yank, the Engineer just yanks it right out of the snap-on's mouth. You see that? I mean, I'm scratching up the snap-on, so I'm obviously hanging on tight. And you can see the splay. So the winner here, if you want a precision plier that's strong and has pretty good grab, even though it doesn't look like there's a lot of, try and get that to focus on their texture in there. There's something grabbing. You know, it's not the same as that. Look at that mess up there in the front end. It's not the same as the Craftsman or the Knipex, but there it is. That seems to be the winner as far as a strong micro plier. Good feel in the hand. It's got a lanyard or a lanyard hole for retention. ESD handles. Nice spring. Third, in fact, it's smoother than the snap-on. Of course, I could adjust the snap-on here. Wonder what happens here as a way of testing. You can see the snap-on's got a much stronger spring in it. Craftsman's variable. You see it bend quite a bit there and then start to stiffen up. The old Craftsman, kind of the same thing because it's got that spring steel thing here. I've had these things fail. Pop out, slide out, snap off. But anyway, there you go. So if you're in the market for one of these, this is my recommendation. As much as I love the snap-ons, for the money and for the performance, the long nose pliers PS-03 ESD Safe Engineers. You can spend about $1.50 more and get a Vampire branded version of this as well, but I don't mind the Engineer as much as I like Vampire tools. Anyway, if you've got experience with those or have another one to suggest, let me know. With that, Doc out.